Welcome to the Current Faith Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Buxton. Happy to have you here for this new experiment. I've been blogging and writing for many years, and I wanted to explore a new medium and explore if this would be something where I can share some of my thoughts. The idea behind this particular podcast is to share things that are going on currently in the world and how they intersect with our faith as Christians. And some of the things may be news items that we'll talk about. Some of the things may be just things I'm thinking about that I think need to be talked about. And we're going to start off. The first episode is with a book review. And so I'm very excited to share this book with you. We'll get right into it. The book is called The Warrior Poet Way, and it's by John Lovell. John is the founder of the Warrior Poet Society. And if you don't know the Warrior Poet Society, I would encourage you to check it out, especially if you're a man. They're doing some incredible things with manhood and just how to live your life as a godly man. They also have some cool things like this Fox folder pocket knife. So this is my favorite knife currently. So yay for that, as John would say, for those of you that follow him. But I wanted to just give you a quick review of The Warrior Poet Way. The way I like to do book reviews, I don't really want to give you an overview of it. And this is actually a book that covers a lot of ground. And so what I want to do is just give you what I thought were some of my favorite points, some of the highlights of the book. So for example, on page number 8, he makes the point that too often men settle for a front row seat to someone else's battle in life. And he talks a lot about sports and the sports world. And he makes the point that a lot of men are basically living vicariously through sports teams that they follow. And a lot of men are actually, when they should be out achieving something or conquering something or manhandling something in a biblical way, leading something, they actually just sit on the couch and watch somebody else do that. And I first read it, it was kind of funny. I'm like, I don't think John really likes sports. And I've never heard him talk about sports a lot, so maybe he's not a huge sports fan. I don't know, John, if you're a sports fan or not. So he kind of slammed sports a little bit, which I thought was funny. But I don't think he's anti-sports. I think he's making the point that sports has kind of gotten out of hand, especially in an American context, which it has. I would agree with that men are really not doing what they need to be doing and achieving what they need to be achieving. So I thought that was kind of a great way to kick off the book in the first few chapters. The following page number 9, he says this was one of the highlights for me of the book, just a few pages in. He says, a man who learns to control his fears and impulses and focus on the moment is a man who has learned to love life. In other words, being present with the people that you're present with and ignoring any fears about whatever may be going on in your life and being focused on the moment is really about being a man and about learning to love your life. And that spoke to me. I love that. We all have so many things going on, so many things happening, and just to be able to push things aside when you need to be able to push them aside and focus on the people that you love. I think that's really incredible. I love in the book, he makes the point on page 50, he talks about that men should be dangerous in a good way. And he uses the example of C.S. Lewis, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which my kids and I and my wife just recently listened to the audiobook of that while we were traveling. And there's a scene where the children are about to meet Aslan. And if you've read the book or you've seen the movie, you've seen part of this. But that part of the story is so great. It says, the story goes like this. Aslan is a lion, the great lion. Oh, said Susan, I thought he was a man. Is he quite safe? I shall feel rather nervous about meeting a lion. Safe, said Mr. Beaver. Who said anything about safe? Of course he isn't safe, but he's good. He's the king, I tell you. So he makes the point that Christ is not safe in many ways. He's a warrior. He's a leader, but he's good. And that's what a man should be as we follow Christ. So I love that point that he makes in the book. One thing that I like about John, even though I don't know him, never met him, I like how he's very open, very clear about his Christian faith, even though he's got other people in his community, but he doesn't shy away from where his strength comes from and who he's following. So I love that about him and about the Warrior Poet Society. Let's see, I have a lot of notes here on my laptop. I could share a lot of high points with you, but I'll just share a few more. He says later in the book that purposelessness is death to the masculine soul. Not having a purpose is death to the masculine soul. And I think that's so true. God made all of us to have a purpose and to be involved in good works and to have a goal of why we're here. And that's so especially true for a man who is leading, a man who is protecting, a man who is providing, a man who has passion, a man who is a visionary for his family and his ministry and his work. I think when we lose our purpose, we really lose a part of what it means to be a man. So I thought that was a wonderful point. Kind of in the last few chapters of the book, he kind of really started to nail things down in his philosophy. On page 220, he says, if we want a better world, we need to make better men. Amen to that. And those of us who have boys that we're raising, of course, we're raising the next generation. And if we want to leave a better world, we better teach them to be better men. On page 222, he challenges all of us as men. He says, men are given strength to help carry the burdens of others. Men are given strength to help carry the burdens of others. That's so true. Why are men stronger physically? Why are men stronger even emotionally? To help carry burdens when we need to help carry them. That's how God has designed the man. He could not be more right about that. The problem is, most men are only worried about carrying their own burdens, not looking around and carrying the burdens of others. And we need to be reminded of that. Lastly, this one hit home for me and really spoke to me. On page 254, he reminds us, he says, your legacy is being written in real time. That's powerful. Every moment of every day adds up to weeks, and those weeks add up to months, and those months add up to years, and those years add up to our legacy. Wonderful, wonderful reminder. John has inspired me with this book. I love it. I love this book. I'm not affiliated, don't get any money for saying this, but I think that this would be a great Christmas gift. Buy this for every man, every young man in your life. It's a clean read, nothing bad in here. John is above board with everything like that. You're not going to read any example really or any story in here that's inappropriate or anything like that. Highly recommend the book. I think this could even be really cool for small groups, churches, something like that, to go through Bible study even. So I love the book. Highly recommend it. That's our first episode. Thanks so much for watching.